So in 2013, you guys released the album White Paint. There's three singles: Pick Me Up, So It Goes, and Desire 126. Were you guys feeling massive pressure following up the success of Record in a Bag?
We I think we just put pressure on ourselves. We loved our first record. We had so much fun playing it. We had a ton of fun writing it and recording it. Uh, Record two, I think was like a little less fun to record. There was a little more head scratching. Is this as good as record one? Or is this capturing the same thing? Or, other thoughts of, is this evolving at all from our first record? And I think there was a conscious decision to like try to evolve as much as we could, while not becoming a completely different band, because we liked the band that we were. I think when people sort of just make music and don't think too much about it, they can't help but be themselves. But when you do start to think about it, you run the risk of sort of masking who you are. And I think we encountered that a little bit. We ran that risk a little bit, of sort of thinking to the point where we might want to introduce sort of trappings to the music, extra sounds, extra backup vocals, extra synthesizers, extra percussion. We can do all this stuff that we didn't do on record one. Let's think about what we want to do. I think we maybe came close uh, to masking who we were on that record, but I don't think we fully did, in a good way. I think it was still us, and we managed to maintain sort of a distillation of who we were on that record. Um, but it was more of a battle. I think everybody's second record is more of a battle than their first record, because you do have a first record to reflect on, and maybe that is in the back of your head. It can be a great thing to be coming from somewhere and to evolve and to have ideas of where you want to go, of where you're coming from. That is great, but it also gives you something to reflect on, which isn't necessarily the best, you know?
Yeah, they say it's you have your entire life to write the first album, right? You had from 12 where you start songwriting up until say your early 20s to do Record in a Bag, and then you have maybe a year or two before you have to do the follow-up. So uh it's not equal there, for the amount of time you have.
Totally. And I think we were in the situation at that point that a lot of other artists are in after their first record, where you're touring a lot more, you're kind of more tired. You don't, while you're touring, necessarily always feel like trying to generate new ideas, but that record two has got to happen soon. So you try to force yourself. And as soon as you start trying to force things, again, you maybe get away from sort of what you might do naturally, and more towards just a bit of artifice to, like, just to have an idea, just to have an idea there for something that could go on record two. Record two, took a lot of time. Record three also took a lot of time. But for some reason, yeah, record two felt like more of a battle to try and both be ourselves, but to evolve to some degree.